All right, this is SoloBAMF Gaming, and I'm going to do a walkthrough of my Vivarium um, and my room of requirement. So appreciate it if you subscribe and like, obviously. I'm not going to do a 30-minute Rick Cactus intro. We'll just get into it. So this is my character. He's level 40, and obviously he's Gryffindor.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Now, if we look at my character, we have all the challenges done, 100% completion. And as far as the collections, as far as I can tell, they're done. There's 6 conjurations, but I've literally opened up all of the collectible chests. I've done all of the butterflies. I've done all of the Depulso puzzles. There's nothing else that I haven't done. No stone has been unturned. So there's 6 of them lying around out there somewhere, and I have no clue on how to track them down. And the only other thing that I have is the appearances. So you get these from the side quests. I've done 135 quests in total in this game. There are no more side quests that I've been able to track down. I meticulously went through all of the side quests, which you can track right here. Right here is 135 quests, and I looked online to see the names of each one individually and painstakingly looked at each one. They're all completed. So I don't know where you're going to get those last 3 appearances. And it's really holding me back because the House Cup, that's the last thing. After that, you can't do anything else. You can't complete your Wizard's Field Guide. So I'm not doing this yet until some miracle comes out and says you can do this. The only other thing that I have is here underneath the bell tower wing. It'll say that I'm missing 2 field guide pages, but I'm not, because if we look at completion, here are the field guide pages collected. I have 150 of them collected. I literally went through the bell tower in 7 different um, videos on walkthroughs, and every single video that I've looked at, I've gotten every single one. So I know that they're collected somewhere, and it's just not reading it right. So that's frustrating, but um, that's where I am in the game. All right, so let's go look at room of requirement. All right, this is my room of requirement. You know, you see a lot of these globes all throughout, and you can spin them. They don't really do anything, but I really like the dragon one. So we made that super big. If you're not familiar with that, you can. Well, maybe not that one. Maybe a smaller one. If you push up, you can make them bigger. You can make them smaller. So you can get a nice big centerpiece right there, which I like. I got a little table, little nook over here. Now, if you look, I did all the decorations in Hogwarts colors. Give it a little spin. If you look at the walls, I have the Hogwarts banners. And then over here, I got a big ass Grabhorn. I thought they were Grabhorns because it's a PH, but apparently whoever made this game wanted to call them Grap horns. So whatever, we'll go with it. Put a Hogwarts crest up. All right, and then they don't really have beds, so I kind of put a little divider out here and kind of made this into like a sleeping bed area. I wanted to put a bookcase over here, but if we look at the items that I'm missing, I think it's under, no, it's tables. Yeah, so there's like 4 bookcases that I'm missing out of the 10 that I don't have, and I don't know where to get them. So as soon as, if I ever do end up finding those, I will get those and put those there. I'm also missing 2 rugs, if anybody's curious. And we're missing 3 paintings. And then we're missing 1 statue. Wait, sorry, statues. I thought I was missing no, these statues, okay. I'm missing this one, the Kenzel statue, that's the cat statue. And those are also supposed to just be from world drops or from the butterflies. I've done all the butterflies. I've done all the world drop chests. Well, it's a mystery. Alright, we got a nice little clock tower here. Put a little cabinet up on the wall. I took all of the stuff off of the original walls, and I did go in on all of the walls. You can change the walls to different effects. I liked, in here I went with all the Gothic ones, and then I just changed the color to appropriate Gryffindor colors. And I did put a nice big hippogriff right there. Alright, so little lounge area, another little lounge area. Lots of lounging. I did guard all of the vivariums with some knights. Alright. Alright, let's go look at the other room. Now if you get done with the second to the last mission, this whole area back here opens up. So before, your room kind of only went out to this far. So on these ones, I did go for the botanical. You can go through some different other effects. So I wanted the vines to kind of be taking over and growing. I thought that was kind of a nice little effect. And I did put a giant Grabhorn right in the center. I think this is a very impressive beast. And I wanted to put it inside the Grabhorn Vivarium that I made. But when you get in there, it doesn't give you the option for this particular one. So, again, I took off all of the pictures and portraits and everything else out of here, and I replaced them all with gardening utensils on all the different walls. And I made them big. You can make them smaller. I just like the idea of having these giant, big boiling pots just lying around. Alright, so here we got our moonstones. We got a potion station. Each one of these potion stations is brewing one of the 7 potions. Actually, I think there's a little bit more than that. Yeah, so there's 7 potions. Some of them are just brewing extras. And I can't really pick up anymore. Like, this one I can pick up another. Not a problem. But, like, this one. See, I can't pick it up because I don't... Wait. Yeah. Your tool slot, or your wheel slots are full. So there is a max number of potions you can carry. I got the little random potion makers here. So that's my setup for potions. I didn't really use the potions that much in the game, even the healing potions. The healing potions, once you know how combat works, it's very rare, even on hard mode, that I'm using the healing potions. And like I learned about the Maximus potion a little late. I guess I probably would have used that in the protection one, the one that turns you into skin, if I would have went in and got those feats out of the talents. So under the talents, I mean, I never use Descendo. That's just fucking stupid. I never actually use this one either. I know a lot of people like it. I think it's just kind of lame. There's so much better things to do. Um, but I did, obviously, I went for all the dark arts. And then I went for 15 out of 16 of the core. Even though I don't use the healing potions, I did get the higher level one for the 1 or 2 times you do use it, so you just get a nice little boost. But other than that, I don't really use them. I kind of regret taking the stealth one because there are enough opportunities to do stealth in the game. So it feels like it's worth it because you do move a little bit quicker. But really, I'd rather just walk in there and blast the shit out of people. And I never felt like any of these other ones were worth it. Out of the room of requirement, though, I learned about this one kind of late. The potions themselves don't last very long, so I never really used them. I just relied on just spell slinging, which was perfectly fine even on hard mode. You don't really need this. But the maximum potion is really good if you have this extra feat, and this one ends up being amazing. Wait a minute. Yeah, this one. Makes you invulnerable to everything and flings attacks back at people. I wish I would have read those a little bit more carefully and experimented with them a little bit more. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. Even on hard mode, the game is not really over ridiculous. Speaking of the game, though, if you're curious, this is kind of my standard setup for spells. I do. Accio is just fucking amazing. I love taking the enemies that are shooting me from a far distance and just bringing them up close and pounding the crap out of them. I'll usually start out of combat, mind control somebody, I'll pain somebody else. Usually it only takes 2 or 3 hits to kill them once you're this level. And then, obviously, Avada Kedavra, that kills multiple foes. This is kind of a fun little setup especially for spiders and the undead. So I like to do that. I usually have this ready for when I'm just going out and grooming. So if I'm going to go out and collect animals, or if I'm going inside the vivarium, I have these ones ready. And I have this set up because on the bar above the animal's head, it has the health on the left-hand side, the care, and then on the right-hand side it has the feeding. So it just helps with the buttons. And then this one is just for walking around. I just set this one up particularly for here. I don't really use these 3 here that much, and I don't use these at all unless I have to. Like I can use any of the green spells, any of the curses to break yellow shields, so it's very rare that I will actually use these in combat. And these 3 I almost universally never use. I used to have them set up, I used to try and use them. They're just kind of lame. I mean, all of the red ones are really powerful. The Accio is just insane. And obviously the curses are retarded. And then the ancient magic. I mean, I use the ancient magic a lot more than I use anything else. It's just a lot of fun. So if you're wondering about what my setup looks like, that's what that is. Okay, so back to here. We have our chopping stations. We have our fertilizers. All right. Now, as far as the plants, I never really got into the plants. They're kind of fun, and I'm actually really surprised and impressed in the game that they went out of their way to actually make the plants effective in combat. I feel like everything is kind of balanced for the most part. You could literally just do a plant build. There's a lot of insane plant combo things that you can do. Was there a talent for one inside the room of requirement? Yeah, so the one they do extra damage, they break shields. Is that the only one? Yeah, and then this one does more on the chopping cabbages. So yeah, oh yeah, so each one of the plants has an increased damage effect. It makes them really strong. I've seen some videos where people have just done some incredible things with them. It's not my style of fighting. Plus, it's really wonky because whenever you're in the middle of combat, you know, in order to get into that mode, you have to hold down the L1 button, and then you have to tap it quickly and then move into the next zone, and then use the L1 button to throw one down. It's an extra added step that just seems really cumbersome in combat. So I don't end up usually using those at all. I do have 4 large spots. I did maximize all of the plotting, all the stations. So I got 2 large platforms that hold 2 pots each. I got these ones are all small. Wait, these ones are medium. Yeah, these ones are the medium boxes. So, and I have all the plants represented. So if I just do a little walkthrough, I can just collect every single plant. I have so much resources it doesn't matter at this point in the game. And obviously I only have 1 quest left to do. So it's just redundant to come in here and grab all this shit. But I like to have a nice little tidy shop and prune, so I'm not a great gardener in real life. I can be a good one in the game. So yeah, this is the other room of requirement. Nice, big, open, and spacious. And then of course I put my loom and my identifier right in here. I used to have them in the other room where the globe is, so you would go in right away when you would spawn in, and they would just be there because they were the 2 things that you went to do right away. But I moved them into the other room when more space opened up. Okay, so this is the unicorn glaive. So these are all my unicorns. All right, and I got a nice little play area for them. I'll put a little box out. Let's see, they like this one. Of course, they got their feeder. I got a couple breeding pens. And then this is my little cottage away from home. So this is where I kind of go to hang out. You can't actually walk inside, so that's a little lame. But, you know, little fire pits, just so I can watch the unicorns and hang out with them. I did name each one. So I named this one Silverhoof. That one's one of the fancy ones. All right. Actually, if we go to... Alright, if we go manage the bees, we can see all of them. Ooh, this one was just born, so I didn't get a chance to name him yet. So, the way you name them is you just select on them, R3. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm playing in a closed world on my own system. I'm the only one who's going to see this, except for maybe the 3 people who might actually watch this video. So it won't let me put horny in there. Whatever. We'll just put... Hoofy after the... Oh. Yeah, if you put in an inappropriate name, you have to log all the way out and then go back in and rename them. Because it penalizes you for trying to have fun. So we'll do a Rick and Morty reference there with Hoofy. Okay. Hazel the Unicorn, that's one that you find inside of one of the quests. Just the tip. Now, it wouldn't let me have horny, but it's going to let me have just the tip. So, whatever. Silver Hoofs, Uni, that's a D&D reference from the old Dungeons & Dragons cartoon. Corn Pop. I really didn't want to put Corn Pop in there because it's a Joe Biden reference, but fuck it. Glitter Farts, G-Spot. 1 in the stink, 2 in the pink. Alright, I'm really kind of surprised they let me get away with those as well. Hoof-Hearted and Passing Wind. Now, I want to keep breeding some of these, so let's do this. Let's put um, let's put corn pop away, and hoof-hearted. We're gonna store them in here, and then let's do a little bit more breeding. I want to get some more of the special ones. So we'll just breed. Let's just breed these two together. Yeah, they're getting mad at me because I'm ignoring them. And then we'll just breed these two together. Alright, we'll see if we can get a special unicorn. Alright, I won't bore you guys with any of the grooming. It doesn't take that long, but I'll come back and do that in a little bit. I did want to put the unicorn statue in here. I might move it over there after the breeding pits are done, but we'll see what happens. All right.
You've made marvelous improvements here.
All right, so here's where I have the Grabhorns. Now they're so fucking massive. I love it. And they're giant fucking cowards, which is hilarious. But I did try to keep them in their natural habitats, so that's why we have them here. So we do have a couple of special ones inside our mix. So let's take a look at them. So we got this one right here. Opportunity to name two more. Oh, actually, it looks like I didn't name all of them. I thought I named them all. Oh, actually, I didn't name any of the Grabhorns. Oh, well, that'll be fun. Okay. Well, we'll name the Grabhorns, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video. Okay. But this is one of the special ones. Let's just summon him over here. There she is. Or I guess that's a he. But that's one of the shiny ones, so to speak. Yeah, okay. They get really needy. So, yeah, we're gonna come back and name some more of these. But then because these guys are so fucking massive, I built my little stone cottage over here. I tried to make them a little bit different. So I made this one over here. I like the unicorn one, spend more time there, but you know, this is oceanfront property, so you gotta build something, right? Alright, so we're gonna have to come back and visit these guys. Again, we got more knights. Alright, this is all the thestrals. I did put a little tower, a little creepy tower in here. And they like playing with these bones. Give them a little bone action to play with. Maybe they'll leave me alone while I check them out. So I did decide to name all of these ones, all of the thestrals, after my Destiny friends. So we got Almost here. He's one of the little shiny ones because Almost is a prima donna, little fucker. I did make him female because he is kind of feminine. All right, so we got Ruby. This is one of the ones that you get from one of the quests, so I didn't rename any of them. We got Palmer, Schmango, Insidious, Flashu, Muffin Man, Afrophysics. I'm surprised they let me get away with Afrophysics or Mad Pollock. I mean, if you're gonna talk about, you know, naming things inappropriately or whatever, Afro and Pollock are probably things that should have been on that list. Now, interestingly enough, I have a male and a female frog. this is Hypnotoad and this is Snoop Frog. So it won't let me breed these two. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. I mean, I'd have to put one of these other frogs in there in order to breed with them. It won't let me breed those two. So I don't know if that's just because they're both shinies and shiny doesn't like shiny or what. But yep, that's my little swamp area. I always forget how to get out of this one. Nope, that's not it. Damn it. I got turned around on my own shit. There it is. I should put a better marker over here. And
These things you made.
yeah, this is fun. And we got more guards. I wish they were animated, like the ones in the castle. That would have been cool. Obviously, this is our hippogriffin roost. So I got me a big old hippogriffin statue. Alright, then we have a couple other flying ones, but they're mostly hippogriffs. So I'll just go do a little zoom out of the little cottage here. Just sit down. It'd be kind of cool if you could actually sit down on these, but you can't. This is my little cottage. Alright. And then we do have a breeding pen. Alright, so we have Sir Scorchy. That's our phoenix. I was trying to figure out a really punny name for it, but I couldn't, so that's the best I came up with right now. We got Glitter, Fluffy Wings, High Wing. These two are ones that are in the game. Nope, actually I renamed Fluffy Wings. High Wing is in the game. This one is one of the other ones that's in the game. Glitter Beak, so I do have a fancy one. I got two fancy ones. Two female fancy ones, so sometimes they produce a nice little offspring that's also fancy, so we're going to probably continue that line. This is the Diricall from down in the Craigshire. You get that by doing one of the bounties, and then you can like tell her that you're not going to let him have it because she sounds kind of like a bitch. So I kept her, and I kept all the names of the ones that came with names. Kanye Nest. Okay. My daughter just randomly calls things Bob, so we'll call this one Bob, even though it's a female. Cluckberry, Skittles, and Birdie Holly. So just a couple of pun names there. Alright, so, yeah, okay, here. Yeah, you little prima donnas. Alright, so I did go through and kind of, let's give these guys a little toy box. Oh, I already have a toy box? There we go. There, we'll give that to the Phoenix as something to play with. Alright, so that's pretty much my room of requirement and my vivarium.
You've made marvelous improvements here.
I think it'd be really nice to do some additional things. I love that you can customize this. It's really fun. I did kind of spend like an hour or two just randomly going through. Turns out I have to go back to the Grabhorns and name some of them. I didn't quite get there. I do have all of these inside my my bag. So I had all these inside the other vivariums. I have some special shiny nifflers. I have a bunch of shiny Kenzels. I just have some random toads. I try to keep all the shiny ones that I come across. Sometimes you get too many shiny ones and you just sell them off. This is Rococo the Niffler. He was one of the main story quest ones. I really wanted to name him Rocco, um, or Rococo Rocco, but I didn't know how to name them back then when I was doing that. So um, mooncalves are. See, I'd like to have an area for each of the species, and then just breed them all in their own vivarium. But you don't have enough vivarium space, so that's kind of a shame. I did save some of the little kitties. I have some shiny ones. I've been kept trying to make tiny little shiny kitties. It doesn't really work out that well. I didn't have some good luck with Jabberknolls, so I did get little shinies there. And the floofers, picked up a couple nice ones there. All right, and yeah, so that pretty much is everything that I have. So if this is my vivarium. So thank you very much for coming in and taking a look, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.